Welcome, and thank you for joining me for today's practice. So, we're going to do a tea ceremony, some journaling, and then I will pull oracle cards at the end of class. So, today's practice is for that day where you really want to tune into yourself, to your own body, your mind, your breath, without that asana practice. So, no physical movement in the body. Now, some things that you'll want for a practice today, just somewhere where you can comfortably sit. So I'm here on a folded blanket. There's also a bolster. So if you'd like to sit on a pillow, a cushion, a bolster, you can go ahead and grab that as well. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit or read to you about the tea ceremony, and then I'm going to have you pause the video and at that point go and make your tea once you've heard a little bit about it. Other than that, you'll need a journal or something to write on and something to write with. So whenever I'm doing this kind of internal work, I like to surround myself with things like plants. You may light a candle or two. You may diffuse essential oils. Maybe you have crystals that you like to sit with you for this kind of practice. So welcome. And finding that comfortable seat. Our eyes can be closed or open. Whatever helps you feel safe and grounded and secure in this moment in time. Let your belly relax and your shoulders just move down the back and away from the ears. Allowing yourself this time to be present and to sit with any feelings that may be arising right now or maybe will bubble up throughout our practice today. This is a time to really hold space for yourself. I'll be holding that space for you as well. But it's a time to allow yourself to be, where you can be your true self, where you can breathe, where you can feel. None of those judgments or expectations from the outside world. This is just you in your time. And go ahead and keep bringing awareness to the breath. So you're following that inhale and exhale in and out of the body. Tea assists us in coming to a place of calm through quiet intuition building means. It allows us to slow down, to pay attention, to still and soften our activity. Tea trains us to observe, to react with greater patience, to feel our senses engage in real time. It may at first seem a little too simple. You may ask yourself what you're doing, what you should be thinking, if you're doing it right. But this idea, when we sit here with our tea, is to release control, to be in the moment, no force, just flow. Now, Buddhist monks designed and used this tea ceremony as a way to directly engage all 5 senses, to wake up the person both physically and spiritually. The tea ceremony is meant to remind us of the beauty and uniqueness of the present moment, and that life is transient or ever changing. Aware that this moment of you sitting here in quiet, calm stillness, this moment is completely and totally unique. It will never come again as it is right now. We drink tea with complete awareness and appreciation of the moment. So all I ask for you during this time is that you give yourself completely to the process of preparing and drinking your tea. So I'm going to give you some instructions. I'll make my tea in front of you here. I'd then like you to pause the video to make your own tea and then to come back and hit play once again. So when we're making tea, everything is done with gratitude and intention from the moment that you decide to stand up and go make your tea. Everything is done with gratitude. From taking your mug from the cupboard to selecting the tea that you'll drink today, through pouring water from the faucet into the kettle, and then from pouring boiled water from kettle into your tea mug, everything done with complete gratitude. Gratitude of this moment, through everything that had to exist to bring this tea to you. I'm giving thanks here for my complete tea. And this would be a great time to go ahead and pause the video. Take your time in making your tea and come back and hit play when you're ready. So welcome back. And you've made your tea and it is sitting here in front of your body. So before drinking your tea, we're going to notice a couple of things. You may want to lift your mug and bring it a little closer to your face. And closing your eyes. And when we turn down one or more of our senses, so here when we're turning off our sight, we allow just our scent or smell to experience this moment. And taking in the aroma of your tea. What do you smell? And see if you can capture the different smells, the different notes. And then we'll open up the eyes and take a look at the tea. Notice the different colors. maybe the color of the water. If you can see into your tea bag, maybe the colors of the different leaves that make up that blend. I want you to begin to imagine the journey of the leaf on a tree and how it arrived today in your cup. Expressing gratitude for all things that helped make this tea a reality for you today. The beings who picked those leaves, dried the leaves, everyone who was responsible for getting those leaves to you, and for the clean water that allowed you to make this tea today. And we're going to take some time when your tea is at a good temperature for you. We're going to drink our tea fully with mindfulness, small sips at a time. So when we make a tea here, our intention and purpose isn't to drink the tea as fast as we can, but to savor each moment, to allow your taste sense to kick in, noticing what you taste, the temperature sensation, the smells, what you see as you take each sip, again, with gratitude. And so we'll sit here together as long as this takes, and allow this to be our meditation, to take pauses between sips, to enjoy, to breathe, and to just be here in this moment, you and your tea. And when you feel like you are distracted or pulled away from this moment, just tapping into those senses and bringing yourself back. One mindful sip at a time, and with pauses to breathe and feel those sensations. And as you sit here and drink, notice what might be happening with the body. If you're building up tension, let's welcome in more softness, relaxing shoulders and belly. Breathing one sip at a time, knowing that there's nowhere else you need to be in this moment. And doing what feels right for you as you enjoy your tea in this peaceful moment. You may wish to hold your mug and feel that heat sensation on the hands. Maybe even you place the mug down between each sip. Remembering this is about releasing control. So if thoughts are coming into the mind, just allow them to come in and float on out. Meditation is not controlling the mind in terms of blocking out thoughts, but rather releasing any attachment and releasing that desire to follow a thought. And instead, just sitting here in this present moment with your tea. And a gentle reminder to keep coming back to this moment and tapping into each of those senses and letting yourself just experience whatever happens during this time. Now, if you are still drinking your tea, I'm going to suggest at this time pausing the video and hitting play once you're done, taking all the time you need. And once we've enjoyed that last sip, in a moment of gratitude once again, before we move into our journaling, and once you're done with tea, we go through that same process of gratitude as you clean up. So you don't have to do this now, you can do it once we're finished our time together. But putting everything away with gratitude, washing your dishes with gratitude, really staying in that place of being thankful. So when you're ready, I want you to grab your journal or whatever you are writing on today, and then whatever you are writing with. I just have a couple of journal prompts that I'd like you to jot down and then just allow yourself to freely write. Starting with our first prompt. When do I feel most in tune with myself? When do I feel most in tune with myself? And take a moment and allow yourself to just write. And this is just for you. So writing from your heart, your true self. When do you feel most in tune with yourself? And maybe it's in a particular place. Maybe it's doing a particular activity. You may even note what you're wearing when you feel most in tune with yourself. You can always pause or come back if you need more time. What distractions get in the way of being my most productive self? What distractions get in the way of being my most productive self? And pushing that ego aside as you write. Letting the words just flow out onto the page. Don't stop to think. Again, pause if you need more time. This process is for you and for no one else. What do I know to be true that I didn't know a year ago? What do I know to be true that I didn't know a year ago? Again, pause if you'd like more time to write. Our last prompt here. What can wait until next week? What can wait until next week? So again, you can pause or writing down any final thoughts. So I'm working with my favorite Oracle card deck today. If you've done any circles or ceremonies with me before, you know how much I like them. The Fairy Wisdom Oracle. So what I'm going to do is pull for the collective here. So I will draw 3 cards. I'm going to lay them down just on the floor in front of my body here. And then I'll ask you to take time and connect with the cards, maybe asking the universe what message is for you today. And then you'll pick a card for yourself, and I'll eventually reveal each card and read a little more about that card for you. So our 3 beautiful messages today. So again, take a moment connecting with the cards. If this is the first time that you've picked Oracle cards, there typically will be one card that you feel most drawn to, maybe most curious about what's on the other side. It's going to be your intuition. So we can't always explain why you feel drawn to that particular card. You'll just get this gut feeling that that's the message for you. So we'll start with our first card here. Rescued. Rescued. Keyword, assistance. If you have drawn this card, you might be in danger of relying too much on other humans. Remember to connect to your own personal inner teacher for guidance. The answers are all inside. Also check to make sure that you are not trying to rescue others. They too must follow their own inner truth. This does not mean that you can't receive or give advice, but that you should take all advice and check in thoroughly with your inner knowledge to make sure that it is for your highest good. Others should do the same with any advice you give to them. Things are about to change for the better. Ask for help and receive it with confidence and gratitude. Have peace in the knowing that all problems come with their own solutions. With the help of the spiritual realms, there is nothing you cannot accomplish or handle. There are thousands of beings waiting to serve you at any given time. This is their joy and their salvation. They live to assist you and keep you from harm. It is their job to help you connect with your spirit and highest truth. Listen to their messages. These messages can come in many forms: a thought, a voice beside your ear, opening a book to find the answer staring back, a message on a billboard, the words of a small child or friend. Ask and listen, and allowing the helpers to aid you, you can help them manifest their own destiny. Rescued. Our next card. For anyone who chose this message today, Bubble Rider. Bubble Rider. Keyword is joy. Joy is the Spirit's ultimate expression and a form of love. Mimic the fairies who express joy in all that they do. They dance and they sing as they go about their daily business. Joy is a natural part of your being. It is your birthright. Joy comes to those who welcome it into their lives. Rejoice in all things. Really see the miracles around you. Many of us tend to push joy away. We feel we are not worthy of joy for one reason or another. Sometimes we are afraid to allow ourselves to move into such intense emotion. Perhaps as a child we were hurt or emotions were stifled. The important thing to remember is that you are by nature a creature of joy. It is your natural state of being. You can choose at any time to stop pushing joy away and to allow its expression in your life. Do not feel guilty for your good fortune, but rejoice in it. As you accept more love and joy into your life, you also raise the quality of all other life on the planet. It may not be something you can see immediately, but it is how the law of spirit works. Pay attention, and you will see so many wonderful things in your life. The more you focus on these blessings, the more blessings you will attract into your life. Be joyful. Keep an open heart. Our last message for today for anyone who chose this last card, attitude. Attitude. If you have drawn the attitude card, you can be sure there is a message here for you. Take a close look at the way you interact with others. Stand up for your rights and your ideals, but also honor other people's positions. What appears obvious to you may not be so obvious to another person. Go deep within yourself and ask, what is it that I need to observe within myself? We can choose to act or react to any situation. Do you fly off the handle when confronted with a difficult lesson? Or do you take a deep breath, center yourself, and consider what would be the best course of action? It is important to listen to the inner voice that knows that Spirit wants the best for you. Just ask for help and remember that every problem comes with its own solution. Your own inner self will be glad to whisper the solution to you. Sometimes it comes in words or thoughts of insight. Other times it comes as a message that urges you to have faith that the universe is moving energy around in order to manifest the perfect outcome. This is an exercise in trust and faith. Listen to all that you say and think all day long. Whenever a negative or judgmental thought comes in, immediately replace it with a positive thought. Remember, what you focus on is what you attract into your life. So carefully choose what kind of life you want. The simple act of placing a smile on your face generates a chemical change within your body that brings about happier feelings. Others will also react to you in a way that reflects how you present yourself to them. Remember to avoid judgments of yourself, others, or situations. Gather the facts, ask for divine help, and then listen for the next course of action. Thank you. I'm coming into a seat. Let's take our hands and hold them over heart center. Take a moment to connect here to that energy within yourself. I'd like to truly thank you for taking this time to slow down, for doing that inner work, for being in stillness and silence, however challenging it may be. And take a moment and express that same gratitude back to yourself. And the divine light in me bows to the divine light in you. If you wish, you can gently bow your head. Thank you. So staying here in this seat, in this energy, as long as you wish. And remember, when you pack up today and clean up your space, do it with gratitude and with love. Thank you.